Good morning, everybody. Cam here from thefishroom.co.nz. Well, we've done it. We've managed to get through another week, and most people should be back at work now, so good on everybody for being back at work. Give it to them. Enjoy morning coffee. Oh, I spilled it. It's not ideal. Not as nice as normal, but that's okay. All right, what do we got today? So first and foremost, we're going to be shut the entire day today. A lot of people are aware, not everybody aware, but I'm getting married tomorrow. So as hard as I've tried to get everything under control and everything in place so we could continue to be open today, just wasn't quite going to be possible. So I need to unfortunately shut the doors today, just so we can tie off any loose ends and all that kind of stuff before tomorrow. So I'm really sorry for all your locals that were planning on coming in today. We just couldn't get it all done in time. I'm sorry. Thank you, Kathy. Good morning, Brian, and thank you, Michelle, as well. So on that note, just don't forget our new operating hours, Monday to Friday, 11 till 4:30, and we're closed on the weekends and public holidays. So far, we've had a pretty good response to that. So thank you for everybody that has been in and, encouraged me or I suppose encouraged me that was the right decision for the family and the business and like that. So thank you for that. So it's 11 till 4:30, Monday to Friday, and we're closing the weekends and on public holidays. So with that in mind, because I know we're closing over the weekend, we've made a real push to try and do some extra stuff online throughout the year. So I've been working really hard, and John's been working really hard on a plan for the upcoming few months, and which we'll be able to push into the year. So there are some really exciting stuff happening. And when I say exciting stuff, I mean some really, really exciting stuff happening for you guys in the hobby and for everybody that follows the fish room. So I don't want to let too much out of the bag because we're not quite ticked all the boxes, but we are definitely getting pretty close. So I'm really happy with what's sort of coming through and the way that we're working, John and myself, to get a lot of stuff going on for you guys. So it's definitely an exciting year ahead for everybody. So fingers crossed that you guys all get involved and enjoy what we're doing, because there's a lot of interactive stuff for everybody involved. So it should be good. Earlier in the week, I had a Zoom meeting with Aotearoa Lakes, which is a New Zealand organisation that go around and dive throughout the New Zealand lakes, and they do a lot of surveying and gathering information and collecting stuff regarding the lakes and plant growth, fish life, and all that kind of stuff. So that was a really, really interesting conversation that I had with them, and we are going to try and get a bit of work done together. We haven't quite finalised exactly what the project's going to be, but again, some pretty exciting stuff happening there. They've agreed to come on to one of the Friday coffee meetings, so we'll have a chance to talk to them and discuss with them the work that they're doing, why they're doing it, and stuff like that. So me as the fish room for quite a long time now, I've wanted to get behind some sort of a research organisation or a nature organisation that's working in the industry that we're doing. And I thought it seemed a little bit silly to try and get behind one of the ones that are working in the Amazon or like where our fish come from, because it seems just a little bit too removed from here in New Zealand. So I'm pretty excited that we've come across these guys. I'm doing some pretty good work in New Zealand, and something that we can hopefully get behind and it's kind of within the realms of our hobby, but not at the same time, if that makes sense. So it's kind of exciting. So look forward to that. Like I said, we'll have them on the Friday meeting, Friday coffee date one morning. And we've got a few bits and pieces hopefully to work with each other for, so that'll be pretty cool. Our plants are back up in full swing. We've got some in the shop. We'll be getting some more next week, and all the orders that have come through this week, they will be ready to move on next week and to send off. So if you're in the market for some aquatic plants, we are ready to rock and roll. So that's always good. Most plants are available. We're right in the peak of the summer, the growing season, which is nice. So summer is good for plants if you're looking at buying some aquatic plants. So that was part of the conversation that we had as well, Brian, regarding some of the plants that are available, not so much available, but the plants that are grown naturally in the wild, and how they grow. And the guy I was speaking to basically said they're so undemanding, it's not funny, they don't need CO2. Some of them need a little bit of high light, but most of them are really undemanding, and they can become a really pretty centerpiece in your aquarium. So I don't know the logistics of taking them from the lakes and their statuses and stuff like that, but it was definitely a part of the conversation we had. So it'll be something that we will discuss when we all get together on the Friday coffee date. Again, plants are something that interests me as well. So it's really cool to have that sort of knowledge that's in there as well. So definitely something that we're talking about the other day as well. Okay, so we'll drink more coffee because I feel I'm going to need it today. Morning, Karen. This comes to the point where we're now have a quick chat about the specials that we have running for the month. Tetra pond sticks. It's definitely pond season. Plenty of people coming in wanting pond fish and looking after the pond. Everyone's outside enjoying it. The sun's shining. The aquatic plants are growing well. The fish are looking stunning. So we've got the Tetra pond sticks on special for this month. We have the Sarah ammonia test kit. Very easy to use. Nice and accurate, and a pretty good price. I think it's about $25 at the moment. So it's right in the realms of value for money when it comes to ammonia test kits. So with the Sarah ammonia, we've also got the nitrite, and I think it might be the copper test as well that's on sale at the moment for this month. But yeah, the ammonia one's there. And everyone loves morning wood. So Rapace morning wood, we have that on sale as well, both the bigger tub and the smaller tub. Got plecos, wood-eating plecos, Finatics, that kind of stuff. This stuff will go down a treat for it. Definitely well and truly worthwhile for your big plecos, wood-eating plecos, and it's got a sweet name like a lot of the Rapace products. Okay, so that's all I've got written in my book today. We've definitely got a couple of questions that we need to just quickly run through over here. So we'll go on order. Tried this Brian from Hatchery last week. Very easy, good to know. Just need more fry. Get spawning, my friend. It's good to know. I didn't manage to pull one out of the box and get one to go, but next time the supplier has a few in stock, I'll grab one from the shop for me to play around with as well. But yeah, from all accounts, that this Brian Shrimp Hatchery is really good. And again, really easy and pretty effective and efficient. So good to hear some first-hand information from that. Could we talk about the new CO2 kit you posted about quickly? Yes, I can. So I'm sure most of us know like the do-it-yourself CO2 system where you mix baking soda and lemon juice or something along those lines. I haven't used one for a very long time, but it's two things mixed together, forms a CO2, pushes it out, use a Coke bottle or something along those lines. So my understanding of these ones is this is a more controlled system. It's got a liquid and a powder. You put the powder at the bottom, put the liquid at the top, and you can adjust the nozzle so you can drip it as much as you want. And as it drips onto the powder, it then reacts and forms the CO2, and then it goes into your tank, and you can control the inlet as well. So it's quite controllable, whereas normally a DIY system isn't controllable. Because I don't have the box on me and I can't quite see it. I think this is just going from memory. It's good for up to a 200-litre aquarium. So it's not a massive tank, but it's still big enough for most people. I haven't pulled one apart and I haven't tried one yet because I don't have a tank to experiment with it at the moment. As soon as I get something set up, I will have a wee experiment and see how long the formula lasts before it needs to be refilled. I think it will probably be a cheaper startup system than I know it'll be a cheaper startup system to what a cylinder and regulator is. And I think it'll probably be a better system than the do-it-yourself style setup. I think it probably falls in the middle of those two. You get a bit of usability, which is really nice with CO2 without having to break the bank. But I definitely think it will have its limitations. But I think for smaller tanks, I think it'll be well and truly worth giving it a go. And I think you'll get the results that you kind of require. There's a lot of people that get really good results from the DIY system, and I think you'll be able to get exactly the same, if not better, with this because it's just got a little bit of extra controllability. So that's my thoughts, my understanding without having pulled one apart and really played with it myself yet. It's one of those things that is definitely on the list of things to do along with lots of other stuff, but because I'm lacking aquariums at home and we're still setting up the shop, that's my priority once we're done finish setting up the last 2 racks of tanks, then we will. I will begin setting up a few tanks at home so I can experiment with different products, different things, and we'll just sort of see how they'll go. I'll give you some reviews and my thoughts and first-hand use on stuff like that. So that's where we're at with that. And do we have to buy the powders? Come with it. I know the powder is available separately. If you want to give me 37 seconds, I'll go have a wee look and I'll see if the powder comes with. In fact, we might even open one up while we're here. A second. Wasn't that a very quick 37 seconds? All right, so we've got one here. Just crack it open and see what comes with it. Instructions, empty box. So it looks like you have to buy the formula to go with it. Now that is something that I may need to consider, and I might have to bundle them all together, make it a little bit cheaper if you buy one and the other. So your powder goes in here, your liquid goes in here, goes on top. I believe this is for the this is for the release of the CO2 into the aquarium, so you can adjust it, open and close it, and that kind of thing. And then you've got all these bits and pieces here. Stuff goes into it. Again, you can adjust the amount that's going, the liquid that's going in, and how it's bubbling off. So it feels like it's really well constructed. It feels like quite nice plastic. I think you could probably drop this quite a few times without making any issues, which is nice. This feels well constructed as well. It doesn't feel like it's made of a cheap, thin, gross, horrible sort of setup. Everything feels nice and strong. Like I think you might struggle to break all these bits and pieces off, which is a nice thing. Comes with a bit of airline as well, and CO2 diffuser, which is that one there, which goes into the aquarium. So it's got everything you need by the look of it, except for the formula, the powder that goes with it. And the box says to me it is good for 200-litre aquariums or 50-gallon aquariums. So see it does. Speed control, instant start, safe, easy to use, pure CO2. So yeah, I think it would be a good option over the DIY. Not 100% sure if it would be a good option over a fully on pressurized system, which I'm a massive fan of. You get very, very good results from them. Screws in nice and easy as well. There's no issues with that. It actually feels like a really nice unit. It's quite sleek looking as well. You can have that quite comfortably sitting beside your aquarium or under your aquarium cabinet without any major issues. So thank you for asking that question, because I hadn't opened one up properly at this stage. So it was nice to sort of play around with it as well. Yeah, I think that is a fair call, not being able to justify a full CO2 tank setup and solenoid. They are expensive. You definitely get the results from them. And it is a one-off cost, but they are an expensive one. But this is definitely going to be well and truly within a lot of people's budgets and wanting to tinker around with CO2. Might also be a good option for people that haven't played around with CO2 before, don't want to dump the $400 to $800 or whatever it is into a full system, spend $150 or whatever it is for this and all the stuff that goes with it, and then have a play and see the results firsthand and go, well, maybe it is worth actually putting extra money into it, or I'm really happy with this, or what have you. So I think it'd be good for a few bits and pieces there for sure. What is the powder worth? That is a really good question. I think it's relatively cheap. From memory, I wonder if I can change screens. Let's have a look. Can you guys still see me? I wouldn't know if you couldn't see me because I can't see you. I'm on the other screen on the website. Let's have a quick look. Well, it would appear that I haven't even put it on the website yet. So I can't tell you. Yet there's just no cloggy stones. They are on the website now and they are in store ready to rock and roll. Good that you could still see me. So I was on the other screen. I was on the fishing website. It would appear that I hadn't actually put the CO2 powder or the liquid on there. So I'm going to put that on my long list of things to do, but I'll put it up the top. From memory, it's not that expensive. The powder kit and the liquid kit's not on there. I'm sorry. I will put that on my list of things to do. It probably is on a list of things to do that I haven't found the right list that I'm meant to do it on. So I will try and get that done this morning before I leave. Anything else? I've really enjoyed this conversation, actually, talking about a product that I hadn't pulled apart before. It's quite nice, and yeah, it's exciting. I will actually, right now, I will promise as soon as we get off this, I will put all that CO2 stuff onto the website. I'm going to write it on my hand now, so I don't forget about it. So I'll do it this morning, and I will make sure that I put a post up on Facebook when it's done. So I will do that, absolutely do that this morning for everybody. And I might even look at putting the powders and the CO2 generator together and making it a bit cheaper for everybody as well. Can you make me a coffee, please? Tell you what, my dad is coming back up to Wellington on Tuesday. I can send a coffee with him if you want to go get it from him. But this coffee is still pretty good. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go now. I have clearly got a lot of stuff to do. I'm going to make sure I get this up for everybody. Thank you very much for the words of encouragement. Thank you very much for joining us. It's really appreciated. Yeah, I'll send you a photo of what I've got soon, Max. Yes, thank you, everybody. I'll see you all next Friday. Have a good one, team. Happy fish keeping. Catch you later.